Welcome to the start of another rugby league season, with a second chance to see the highlights of last season. There were many magnificent matches, a lot of new personalities, gates increased, and all in all it was regarded as one of the best ever rugby league seasons. I certainly enjoyed it, and I certainly saw a lot of very, very good matches. So let's start at Wembley. May 1977, Leeds versus Widnes, Challenge Cup final. Remember these tries?
Leeds just coming back a little bit now. Good bounce. It's got to be a bounce. No, it's a bounce. It's a try to Leeds. Try for Leeds. John Atkinson. Holmes. Inside to Dill. Dill's in with a chance. Dill will score if he doesn't drop the ball. Dill scores. In possession, Leeds on the attack. Don't have a go on his own. What's the referee doing? He's not pointing to a try, so it's a sixth tackle. Right on the line. Oh, he's in for a try. Kevin Dick is in for a try. And what a joyous moment for the lad who missed the goal.
Three memorable tries to start the programme. The BBC Two Floodlit competition was a big success. Widnes came to Headingley and their new lights for the first match. We joined the match 5 minutes into the second half.
Just 1 point the margin, 10 points to 9. And the Leeds fans looking for something. 5 minutes in and a very good run by Mick George. Mick George is still going. What a great run by Mick George. Can Holmes stop him? If he doesn't drop the ball, it's a try. It's a try. Went over. What a great try by Mick George. 13 points to 9. Odom putting in. And offside and a chance against Dougie Lawton. It's 13 points to 9 now. 13 points for Widnes and 9 for Leeds, the home team. And he gets 2 points. So opened it up again. 11 points to 13. Ward, Leeds in possession. It's a long one. They've got to use Atkinson. Leeds coming back. Roy Dickinson, number 14. Atkinson, can Atkinson take it? And he's in for a try. He's in for a sensational try. Sanderson in for a sensational try to make it 14 points to 13. Well, John Sammy Sanderson got the try to make it 14-13 just before the final whistle, and the same happened in the first half when Ward made it 9-8. So luck a little bit on Leeds' side, but he's going to curve in, and it's going to be a great goal indeed. A great goal to make it 16-13 by Dick.
The winners last December of the BBC Two Floodlit competition was Hull Kingston Rovers, taking the trophy for the first time by beating St Helens at Craven Park. The Saints were handicapped by an injury to Jeff Pimlett after 10 minutes, and that was a big handicap indeed. Hull Kingston Rovers are in blue, and we joined the match at the start of the second half.
So David Oxley, who is secretary of the Rugby Football League, and how did you read the first half?
Well, fine first half, but increasingly dominated by this rampaging Hull Kingston Rovers pack. They're big, 5 of them are internationals, they run their weight and they support each other superbly. So the St Helens side have got a lot on. They've been tackling manfully, none better than the youngsters Liptrot and Pinner, and they've enjoyed a fair amount of procession. They've got to use the distributive skills of Bill Francis if they're going to get back into this game. But we know the Saints, they never give up, and there's plenty to play for now.
And the penalty for St Helens in this first of the second half. In the first half, penalties were 5 to St Helens, 4 to LKR, and scrums St Helens 7, LKR 4. And Bill Francis, who's got a job and a half on his hands now. David Watkinson, hooker for LKR. There's chance of I stand inside. Mike Smith, but he's going effectively, pushing the ball forward to Dave Hall, and David Hall giving it to A very good try indeed to Steve Hartley, and a very delighted Millward. And a very good supporting play. That came from the Sullivan clearance of an up and under, and then went away and ended in this try to make Hull KR 14, St Helens 3. And the kicker, Dave Hall. It's up. It was very close, but it was up to make the score 16 points to 3 for Hull Kingston Rovers. Now that might be the killer problem, because Eric Ashton obviously not very pleased about that. The Blues of Hull KR defending and then making attacking sorties, and obviously playing with great confidence and using the big powerhouse men, in that case John Cunningham, dummy half Len Casey. A break there for Mike Smith, being supported by Millward, sandwiched between two. Oh, he gets a lovely pass out and away. Beautiful football. Beautiful football. Mike Smith had followed round. There were quite a few players. Millward was in at it, making it that each being the score, 19 points to 3. 2 goals kicked by Hall. And the crowd says it's in, and the test judges confirm it to make the score 21 points to 3. Standing deep, Millward. Oh, beautiful pass to Steve Hartley. Anybody going to chase him? Turning it back inside. Beautifully taken by Jed Dunn. What a glorious try in rugby league. And the crowd are right to that. It had got everything. Skill, speed, supporting play. And it says a lot for the guts of St Helens to try to stand up to the might of that try, which makes it 24 points to 3, and Millward doesn't have to drive his players on. He knows full well they're going on. David Hall. An easy one. Could get 2 points. The flags are up, making it 26 points to 3. So a new name goes on to the BBC Two Floodlit Trophy, and that of Hull Kingston Rovers, bringing them for the first time this trophy. Jeff, you must remember that Floodlit final very well. Disappointment, I would imagine.
Yes, a great disappointment for me personally. You know, it's the first time I'd led the side in a major cup final. And unfortunately, after a minute, I got injured. I got twisted ligaments in my ankle, and that was it. We'd entered into that game one short. Eric Chisnall had been injured in an earlier round. So we needed all the luck that was going for us. And unfortunately, on the day, we met Hull KR in fantastic mood. I think they were just right on song. Yes. And things didn't quite work out for us.
Great atmosphere, of course, with a crowd of 10,000, really.
Well, yes, the whole crowd are a fabulous crowd, really, considering the lack of success they've had, really, over the last few years. And to turn up on that night, when the things were going right for their team, it really was a great occasion.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Eddie.
Well, the Lancashire Cup was without St Helens in the final. They had been earlier beaten by Workington. Workington were playing Wigan. And we joined it in the second half with the score 9 points to 8. And McCorkadale to kick. He's got quite a remarkable record as McCorkadale in point scoring. In fact, his kicks in 72-73, including that, 535 goals, dropped 13 goals, 47 tries, a product of University Rugby League. A very sporting crowd, cheering like mad on a couple of occasions when the players couldn't hear the whistle go because of the cheering. McCorkadale to kick, leading 9 points to 8, and it's a gem of a goal. Back to McCorkadale with 6 minutes gone in the second half in this Foreshores Lancashire Cup. Great crowd, hard match. Left leg, and the cheers from the Cumbrian fans. 13 points to 8. A little wind got into the steam. And what a goal! What a goal! An onslaught by Wigan. They're down 15 points to 10, beating one man, Noty, going in for the corner, but he's got it. It's a try. It's Noty. Jimmy Noty went on. The pressure had been there all the time. Wigan 13, Workington Town 15. We've had some tremendous rugby league matches this season. He wants... No good me giving him advice. I was going to say he wants to stick, but of course want to get as much yardage as possible. And goal. 1 point, drop goal. Wigan 13, Workington 16. Paul Charlton being presented with the Foreshores Lancashire Cup, giving Workington the trophy for the first time. At Headingley, Castleford were looking for their first SO Yorkshire Cup win, and Bruce Burton was in fine form. Really? Standing still, we've got to be moving. Lloyd does. Lloyd's peddling. The report, and Burton's in. If he doesn't drop the ball, Burton for a try. 17 minutes to go. Others need 2 tries and 2 goals. And this indicates a man wanting to enjoy his football, going on his own and giving 2 or 3 dummies against a big forward who might either doubt him. Burton running clear. Burton away. Chasing Burton is Quinn. A yard short, but they got the try brilliantly. They got within a yard of the try line. But a brilliant try by... The jump player competition is one of the major parts in the rugby league scene. And one of the best matches I saw last season was at Headingley, when Green Vigo scored a magnificent try up in that corner. We joined the match with the score Leeds 20, Wigan 10. The score is 20 points to 10. Jim Hornby. A nice little short kick. Who's going to be there first? It's going to be Wigan player. This is a chance for Noty. He's gone past 2. He's gone past 3. He's gone past 4. And what a brilliant try by Jim Noty. What a magnificent try. And this is the thing that Wigan have done, coming back in a most unexpected moment. 20 points to 13. It's not Noty, the kicker. 11 goals this season before today's match and 1 drop goal. Will bring it down to a margin of 5 points. He has actually kicked 2 goals so far. Round the corner. Business. 20 points to 13 before the kick. 20 points to 15 with the kick. So Wigan back in the game with 16 minutes to go. 20 points to 15. Wigan showing quite a bit of confidence at the moment. They've got an overlap. Blackwood having been on, and Green Vigo going, beating Atkinson, and Green Vigo going to score. He's going right behind the post for a brilliant try. 25 minutes, and look at the delighted Vigo. Behind the post, 20 points to 18, and a simple kick. What a transformation. Noty with his 4th shot, easy shot for him, and it's 20 points to 20 points. Both sides then succeeded in scoring a penalty to keep the scores level, with the end of the match in sight. Here it's 22-22, and everybody's staying. 10-10 at half-time. Alan Taylor had a good match. Didn't often get such high-scoring draws, although points are more, getting more in matches these days. Using Captain Hogan. Wigan fans and Wigan viewers and Wigan followers will be pleased to see the ball in possession of the Reds. Colin Whelan said, what happened to the cherry and whites? And away Vigo's away, being chased. If Vigo might take it, going to be a sensational finish, and Vigo gets a sensational finish. Wigan then just pipping leads at the post. In the first semi-final, Warrington disposed of Wakefield 15 points to 5 points, and Widnes met Bradford Northern in the second semi-final. This was a tough, tense match. We're in the second half, and Bradford Northern are on the attack. You can sense and feel that it's just on a thin edge. A thin edge, just before something might start to gear up. And it happened. It happened. Mick George with going off. Mick George going for the early bath, as they say, and away he goes. It was, you could sense something was going to happen. It's been like that for quite a while. Bradford just finding it a little hard at the moment. There's a chance for Graham Evans, and it's a try. Graham Evans with 14 minutes to go. Now this game is going to really hot up now. A vital kick. 13-8. Vital kick. Mumby to kick with the wind. It's a goal, I think. 13 points to 10. Widnes won that match 14 points to 10 points to put them into the final against Warrington. The match was played in a mud bath, and there was only one try. It's the second half, and the score is 4 points to 2 points to Warrington. The winners will receive a cheque for £8,000, and they'll be celebrating in Manchester when they receive the presentation. This is the kicking for it. Anything could happen here. John Bevan could be over for a try. John Bevan is in for a try. John Bevan in for a try from this kick. 7 points to 2. Steve Hesford. 76 goals before today, and it's fairly easy one for him, but anything can happen. Woods had a good chance in the first half but didn't take it. 7 points to 2, 9 points to 2. So 28 minutes, and the off-the-field support is very evident. However, it's 9-2. And it's to go. Warrington beat Widnes 9 points to 4. In recent years, Widnes have figured prominently with trophy successors. Last year, they won the championship, led, of course, by Reg Bowden.
Oh, it's been marvellous this season for winning the league. I mean, it's the first time in the club's history that we've actually won the league, and all the lads have been really made up over it. Like I said, people say that you can always win cups, come on, do one-off jobs, but when you show consistency in winning the league, this is when you become a really true side.
Leeds, winners of the Challenge Cup in 1977 at Wembley, were determined to do the double. They started the defence of the trophy here at Headingley against Halifax. The crowd are ready for tries.
The break by Dillon, he'll probably go in, he'll probably slide over, he doesn't. A yard out, but Leeds now putting on pressure and going to make the dive in. Eccles, well, giving the try to Graham Eccles. And the Leeds possession, and the handling now is becoming a little bit tricky with the coldness, no doubt, and there's no one. Fletcher making the break, Smith a kick, and a chase, and there's still these players there, and in try. Is it? Yes, it's a try. And Oulton kicks well, at least he kicked the goal. Make it 25 points to 0.
Despite the dog K9, Leeds won 25-5 and reached the semi-finals playing Featherstone at Bradford. Here's the deciding try of the match.
10 yards out. Going to use John Holmes. John Holmes done in and John Holmes in. John Holmes done in and John Holmes in. And the Leeds back in the lead at 10-9.
Leeds won 14-9 and were through to the final. St Helens reached the semi-final playing Warrington at Wigan. This was the final try.
The ball moves slowly up and down the field. A good pass to Eddie Cunningham. Eddie Cunningham, a chance for Matthias. Matthias running for the corner. Matthias is in for the corner. Matthias, yes, it's a try. Roy Matthias, a try to make it 9 points to 8.
St Helens won 12-8 to meet Leeds in the final. Here are all 3 tries scored in the first half.
Leeds under pressure at the moment. 6 tackle coming up. It's an awkward one. The boy's got to take it. It's a try. It's a try. What a sensational try. Graham Liptrop. 2 players missed it. Oulton was one of them. Sanderson putting the ball in. But must be in. Must be in. It is in. Bill Francis, Yorkshire born Bill Francis, making it 8 points to 0. Oh, good pass. Well taken, Dill. Chance for Atkinson. They've taken Wimbledon. Is he going into the corner? Try!
At half-time, St Helens led 12-5. But in the second half, Leeds began to put on the pressure.
With the half-time score, 12 points to 5. Scrums 4-2 to Leeds and penalties 3-all. Putting it well into Lane Contain, Pimblett in possession and his team. Lost possession. Good pass and well taken by Cookson. Leeds starting the second half on the attack. Ward's going to have a drop, and to go. Well, that's not a bad one, not a bad idea.
Excellent. That's the real start Leeds wanted this second half, and David Ward, as Eddie's already said, an industrious fella for a hooker, a truly good captain, a player of immense capabilities, and a wonderful drop goal.
Leeds set off there in the way that St Helens set off in the first half, when the Leeds were down, Jeff Pimblett to kick. If you notice, they're putting a lot of depth into the kicks. Obviously then in the 6th tackle to restrain them in, and then at the next scrum to get the ball. That's of course the pattern of the non-aficionados. Leeds fans cheering for the first time, and he's buried in there about 5 rights. Leeds on the attack. Phil Cookson a yard short, and the Saints defence holding firm under this tremendous onslaught. And he goes in to Smith to try. David Smith. 15 minutes gone, David Smith try. 12 points to 9. 5 minutes plus injury time. And Leeds know they've got to keep the ball moving around. 6th tackle coming up. to be scored, and he needed strength, and it came a lovely pass from home, and then it looked as if Cookson had been stopped, but he took three with him, and the jump for joy, and the referee on the spot, Phil Cookson. St Helens showed what they could do in attack, and now showing it in defence in these crucial moments. Neil Haig, not a good pass, he's in trouble. Oh, he's not, he's got his pass out, lovely. Oh, wonderful way he got the ball away. Six tackle coming up. Going to have a drop. Going to have a drop, he's got to go with his left foot. Well, John Helms, he took an almost impossible ball, and then with his left leg, with players on the top of him, how he managed to get it to rise, goodness only knows, but there it is. 3 minutes plus injury time. What's it going to be? Leeds leading 13 points to 12. Pimblett. Some of the young Leeds lads like Ward and Cookson and Dickinson. Oh, this is the man who could do something. David Ward towering in. What a good leader this chap is. One or two players being attended to, going down the short side, giving it to the big fella. Ward, Dickinson, he'll go on his own. He'll take three with him, and that takes strength, a little bit of strength. But the amazing thing, how this pace has been maintained. And it's breathtaking stuff. Breathtaking. And Ward dropping a goal. Ward dropping a goal. It's the happy lad. Well, what a final. This turned out, we all predicted it should be good, but St Helens, who have been so much in this game, produced such good rugby, now behind 14 points to 12. Can they save the match now? Eddie Cunningham with less than a minute. St Helens making the attack, remember 14-12, but 3 points for a try. Well, it's still Eric doesn't lose his calm. Francis, should be something here, there'll be a try. Oh, he's knocked on! Knocked on! Well, what a tragedy there. He looked at it with over. And there goes the hooker. And there goes one of the most dramatic finishers, the most dramatic masters that I've seen in many finals there. Leeds retained the trophy, now with 10 cup wins.
Fabulous is this, isn't it? We'll take a really good side to get it off us. Thanks very much. Come again next year. It'll be a better final.
From Wembley dressing room to Leeds dressing room, do you think you can do it third time in a row?
Obviously it's going to be very hard, Eddie, but we've got a good side here of players, and I think that we're really going to do it at the end of the year.
It's never been done, you know. Bradford North, just after the war, they went to 3 finals, but they lost one, they won 2, so
yes,
it's never been done.
Yes. Well, these records are there to be broken, and I think we'll do it.
You just said you've got a very good side. Is it as good or better than your last Wembley?
Well, I think it'll be better. The more times that you've been to Wembley, you know, we've won it twice, 2 years on the trot. Obviously that the players will be more keyed up this time, and they know what it's all about.
2 finals as captain, David. Which final did you enjoy the most?
Well, I think the first one, everybody was just over the moon. We just couldn't really believe it because we went there as underdogs. And to win at Wembley, like I've said the first time, you're just over the moon. But this year, we was more relaxed this year. And we went out there and did his job well, I thought.
Well, you have been knocked out of the Oaktree Cup already this season. How do you rate your performances so far?
Yes, we've started off where we left off at Wembley. This season, we're playing very well indeed. It's the best start we've ever had, I think, at Leeds. And with the side we've got, we're quite capable of not just going back to Wembley, but winning a few more trophies, such as the BBC Two and the Players, which is what we're hoping for.
What's the morale of the side like?
Oh, the morale of the side, it's like a big happy family down here, Eddie. Everybody's pleased to play for Leeds, and we're all good mates together, so we're all trying to do well in the league this year.
Thank you very much, David. From Wembley, we went back to Swinton, when Bradford Northern met Widnes in the Premiership final. At half-time, Bradford were just leading by 9 points to 5. We joined the match in the second half. The Coppell family in Australia and others have been in touch with looking forward to this sort of match. So this is going to be the tactics that Neil Fox will put it down where possible and then hope to contain the opponents in their own half. A tactic that was adopted at Wembley. Dougie Lawton, the score 9 points to 5. Bradford Northern 9, Widnes 5, 15 minutes gone. Oh, nice pass and well supported play. Widnes keep coming back in bursts. Lawton, chance for Aspie, could be the try, and he dives over, goes over for the try after the pressure. McGeorge. And the chance now for Paul Wood, knock on. But Bradford were in trouble at the moment with that running away from their own 25 yards line, created by the scrum half and ending there with number 5 Paul Woods. And that's Jack Austin. So 20 minutes gone, 20 to go. Premiership Trophy final, Bradford 9 to Widnes 8. That's really longish run that Barons has had might create the position for something from Northern. It's the Woolford drop goal that is counting at this moment. 9-8. There's Woolford. Nice dummy. Oh, and a good pass indeed to Trotter. Play on with a chance for Redfern in. And he's in. David Redfern into the corner, and it started from that injury which looked with Barons creating an opening, and then off they went with Woolford, a nice breakthrough, and finally on to Redfern to restore a margin 12 points to 8. Mumby kicker, Keith Mumby. Beautiful kick and a goal! A wonderful goal! 23 minutes gone, the score 14 points to 8. Frank Myler with Mr. Tobin and Harry Dawson on this side. 5 minutes to go in this Premiership Trophy final. Bradford Northern are leading 14 points to 8. And I was just going to say, all they have to do is to not make any mistakes, but that is simply giving the ball to the opponents. And David Eckersley is up and must stay up at all time now for the last 5 minutes to help in an attack. No point in having a full-back really, other than he's got to attack. David Hull, 14 points to 8. A nice chance and a kick by Stuart Wright, and I think Stuart Wright will... Oh, what an amazing save by David Redfern. The save of the match.
Bradford Northern finishing towards time on the attack, whatever injury time might bring. Not injury time yet. Graham Joyce. Tackling by Shoelace. David Eckersley took the tackle. Neil Fox was waiting to have a drop, but instead it hits the post. It hits the post. And Peter Rowe runs and runs. Have gone into injury time. Neil Fox again was waiting to have the drop. 6 tackle coming up. David barons it in, and that settles this match as the 17 points to 8. The fans start to run on the field.
Well, Bradford won that match, and very good match it was, by 17 points to 8. Now, I want to review that and other things with David Oxley, who is the secretary, of course, of the Rugby Football League. David, just going back to last season, it was indeed, from your point of view, a good season.
Well, a vintage season, Eddie, with a wealth of wonderful football. It was a season of firsts. Hulkingston Rovers in the Floodlit, Castleford and Workington in the County Cups, Bradford in the Premiership, Widnes, who were the league champions in the First Division for the first time ever. And this would seem to me to indicate the tremendous breadth of talent there is in the game today.
Well, what sort of effect did that have financially, say, for the season tickets this year?
Rugby league folk like competition, and there is intense competition in the game now, and the result is that season ticket sales have never been better. All clubs are announcing vast increases in season ticket sales.
Well, before we get too far into the season, could you send me 12 Wembley tickets, the best seats, of course?
No chance, Eddie, not even for you. They all went within a month of last year's wonderful final.
But you can't take any more money than you did last season, can you? Have the prices gone up?
The prices have gone up, in fact, so we expect a bumper gate receipts this time, something in the region of £400,000.
Let's move on to that magnificent BBC Two Floodlit final. You were with me there. It was a great match.
It was a fine game. I think one of the best finals ever, culminating after one of the best competitions ever. I know the feeling in my hometown of Hull that night was absolutely tremendous, and Hulkingston Rovers are going to be battling all the way to retain that trophy this season.
Yes, a very good first for them. Let's go up to Cumberland, Workington. Good cup final for them. I can see the great moment. Tom Mitchell jumping, being given up the lift to Workington again in the Lancashire Cup final.
Yes, they take on Widnes, and they'll be anxious to do a Leeds and win their trophy for the second time running, as Leeds did in the Challenge Cup. And on October the 7th at Wigan, all Cumbria will be down there cheering them on.
Now, I think one of the major developments in rugby league has been the amateur movement, Barler. I think they've done I know you do, but what has happened in the close season?
Well, the British Amateur Rugby League Association are doing marvellous work linked with the English schools at the junior level. They've been able to announce no less than 60 new sides starting rugby league this season. In other words, well over 1,000 new players for the amateur game.
And does that go throughout Great Britain? Because I know in Scotland they began to play.
The schoolboys are playing in Scotland. We have a Scottish League up there, and of course in the southern regions we have the Southern Amateur League. Oxford University won that competition last year, and they'll be trying to repeat that this season.
Now let me come to my little niggle about it. Not about that, but in 1965 I went to America, taking the Wigan Hunslet final, and a tremendous reception, and I thought that was the moment to start rugby league in America. I know it has started a bit now, but do you think it missed the boat?
Well, history repeats itself, Eddie, because they took this year's wonderful final, and I've not long returned from the States, and I'm sure the game is going to be very well established there on very sound grounds. It'll take another, perhaps 18 months yet, but I'm sure the game is going to start this year. We're not going to miss the bus.
Good. Well, I shall watch you carefully on that one. One thing I don't need to watch you on it, of course, is the visit of the Australian. Now, that does give a fillip, doesn't it, to the game when the Aussies are here?
We're back to the extended tours and the head-on clashes for the Ashes, and that's what everybody wants. They're going to be a good side. They always are. Big, strong, fast. They always come at you with no respite. But, of course, we're choosing from the greatest depth of strength for, what, seven or 8 years, with the players having returned from Australia, the embargo on the movement of players, and the wealth of young talent we have. So they're going to be tremendous contests.
Do you think that the Australians are going to be good enough to retain and maintain their power in the game as they have done in Australia in the past?
Oh, they're going to be a fine side. We're going to win the Ashes, but they're going to be a fine side. We hear a lot about this young winger, Kerry Bowstead, for instance, the Queenslander who's setting their league alight at the moment. Mick Cronin, that wonderful goal kicker. Bobby Fulton, I believe, will come back as skipper, so they're going to be good. But they won't win the Ashes. That's 4:30, November 18th at Headingley. England will be lifting the Ashes.
We shall be giving the result first in grandstand. Thank you very much, David Oxley, for answering those pertinent questions and joining us. Well, last time the touring team was here talking about Australia was in 1975. It was in the World Cup. Just let's have a look at one or two highlights of that match. Good short one. John Rhodes, the winger, is number 2, incidentally. Looking for the pass and getting it well in. It's a chance for Australia. It's a chance for Schubert. And it's a try. It's a try. And Schubert gets the try. 2-2s there, in case you come a bit confused by it. The Australian number there, left wing number 2. Good supporting play. Cronin. Mays gets his nut down and goes in. And then if his nut doesn't connect, his shoulders do, that follows his nut. There's a lot of overlap here. There could be something productive here. And there is Schubert. 27 minutes and Schubert gets his second try to the green and gold, waving the crowd, making Australia in lead for the first time. Put the ball, put the boot to it. Kills everyone diving. He's running as if he's giving a try. And he's giving a try to John Holmes. There's not a lot of whites over there. Got to come back this side. There's only one man outside there, but they don't. And Jimmy Thompson's got to go on and have the ball taken from him. It's Schubert again. And Schubert in for a try from. What a great try by this boy.
This is the BBC Two Floodlit Trophy, which Castleford won in 1965 and indeed took it in the first 3 years of the competition. Now, we shall be doing a new series on BBC Two on Floodlit Rugby League. It starts next Tuesday, September 26th. And the match is between Castleford and Wakefield. What an opening match that should be. We shall be showing the highlights on BBC Two at 10:35. Well, we hope you've enjoyed the programme. And we end with the 2 top tries of last season.
Wigan follows. We'll be pleased to see the ball in possession of the Reds. Colin Whelan said, what happened to the cherry and whites? And away Vigo's away, being chased. If Vigo might take it, it's going to be a sensational finish. And Vigo gets a sensational finish. Oh, well, long one. Dougie Lawton out to Aspie, turning inside to right. Wright coming with support. Bowden switching it back again. George is getting in for his 3rd try.